The waters that surround Agusan del Norte form the distinct character of the province. From its springs to its lakes, from raging rivers to the endless sea, Agusan del Norte flows with an abundance of adventure. It shares a blessed terrain of steep mountains, expansive valleys, and seemingly endless beachfronts. In its wealth, wave upon wave of people are drawn to Agusan del Norte. For those thirsty for a thrill, begin your adventure here, where nature is generous to those who plunge to explore it. Agusan del Norte is a province of the Caraga region, a region already known as a great escape for a variety of adventurers. Found northeast of Mindanao, it is the second smallest province of the region. Throughout the recent decade, Caraga continues to claim its stake as a haven for thrill seekers. But it is only recently that many have begun to rediscover the merits of Agusan del Norte, separate from the rest of the region. From the word Agasan, or where the water flows, Agusan del Norte overflows with natural graces. Its arable land make up a huge market for its agriculture. The province's penchant for investing in agricultural technology have helped to establish its businesses today. From big to small industries, businesses continue to grow. Although development and trade are central to it and have made Agusan what it is today, it now offers its visitors a new energy to this already vibrant province. Neatly arranged along its hook-like coast facing the Butuan Bay are most of the towns of Agusan del Norte. From Carmen to Kitcharao and everything in between, a sense of the relaxed, laid-back atmosphere contrasts with its exciting rhythms. Upon landing in Butuan Airport, Agusan opens its arms to those who come to find solace in its warm, tropical embraces. All over, there are delightful and homey retreats for the weary soul. Take a bus ride to the many roads in Agusan del Norte and discover the treasures that it keeps. The Amontay Beach Resort in Amontay, Nasipit is for a restful family vacation. Under the privacy of quiet cabanas, there is enough sun and sand to go around. A short drive up north is the town of Magallanes. At its entrance is the widest and one of the oldest living trees in Agusan del Norte. The bitaug tree in Magallanes is almost 9 feet and 11 inches in diameter. As you drive further up north, pay a visit to the old Spanish marker, Agusan's claim to history. Built in the 1900s by the Spanish, it marks the date and the arrival of the first Spanish galleon. For quiet comforts along the back roads, the gazebo in Cabadbaran is another hidden refuge. Its pools of fresh spring water is soothing. In addition, its priceless view of Mount Ilong-Ilong adds to its charm. While in Cabadbaran, visit the Atega Ancestral Home.
Welcome to the Atega Ancestral Home.
Built in 1904 by the Atega patriarch Don Andres Atega. Its solid wood floors and intricate paneling bring you back in time. Explore and understand the layers of architecture that have grown with the times in this well-maintained home. Don't leave empty-handed either. Many of the region's best can be found here. Take the time to shop for some of the province's famed native crafts. Many of these crafts are made by the indigenous people of Agusan. The Mamanwa are brilliant in the weaving arts. But among them, one place stands above the rest, more perhaps for its priceless location embedded in the quaint shores of Lake Mainit. Lake Mainit is surrounded in myth, believed to have been left behind by diwatas or forest spirits. The myth explains little about the lake itself, though certainly does capture the magic of its scenery. At the Almond Resort in Kitcharao, enjoy the privacy and the quiet view of the calm lake as it reflects the sky and the Malimona Ridge. Hire the hotel's roving raft and set out early in the day or late in the afternoon for a tour around the lake and its mushroom islets. Although it may have its fair share of resting spots, Agusan Del Norte offers up some of the most exciting adventures that bring out the warrior in a traveler. See the enigmatic Mount Ilong Ilong, the highest point in all of Caraga region, at about 212 meters above sea level. It isn't an easy climb, but it is certainly grabbing the attention of young local mountaineers that continue to look forward to such a challenge. From its highest point, dive deep into its unknown. Enjoy the province's diving spots and explore its famed reefs. At the Carmen Veranda, they conquer the deep in full battle gear, with certified dive masters that guide you into the world beneath. Hidden across its mountain range, caves and tunnels can be found. An old gold mine might not seem as exciting, but as you enter into the depths of the dark, discover the history behind these old, well-maintained mine shafts. Yet among these varied experiences, there is that one rewarding trip that makes the journey well worth it. One of the best places to enjoy the great outdoors in Agusan Del Norte is at the Mapaso Hot and Cold Springs. Crossing the Calinaon River, there is a small village called La Paz in the town of Santiago. From here, take an hour's trek along the dirt path and revel as nature abounds under the thick cooling canopy. Or swim at the hot and cold springs that collects into cascading pools. Truly, nature knows how best to reward its visitors. Next up, Agusan Del Norte, a brave heritage that quenches the thirst for adventure. In its history, Agusan Del Norte was once the home of very proud people who bravely sailed across the great seas. Today we see these same people living in old traditions, in the customs carried on by the enigmatic Mamanwa, Manobo, and Higaono. Through dance, they celebrate their heritage. Through song, they share the beauty in their daily life. Through combat, they carry the marks of courage. Generations hence, their descendants stand upon these shores, witnessing a similar sight, a lasting heirloom for the people of Agusan. The sight of the wooden vessel sailing in and off into the endless blue continue to dart the vastness of the Butuan Bay until today. By its history alone, Agusan del Norte is believed to have been part of the great Nanhai trading route that have traversed all of Southeast Asia. Remnants of this prolific era and intricate culture are intertwined with historic Butuan. The Butuan today is far different from what and where it used to be. It was an ancient city believed to have traded with merchants from as far as Indochina. Traces of them are found in old earthenware, Chinese porcelain, and most significant of all, the balangay. The balangay are plank boats 9 to 15 meters long that were found all over Agusan del Norte. The earliest of them date back to 320 AD, prior to the Spanish conqueror's claim of global circumnavigation. Proclaimed as one of the country's national treasures, the balangay boats are revered symbols of the Filipino as a maritime people. And so it is that this historic spirit moves people to set sail again, and relive an adventure powered by an oar and human will. Every September in a small village in the town of Jabongo, a festival comes alive along the river. The BAOTO or dugout boats serve not only a daily purpose, but a festive one at that. Once a year, a host of participants coming from around the country become part of an event called the BAOTO Festival. It is a small gathering, but one that has much meaning in the lives of those who attend it. The BAOTO Festival is a race that uses one of the most common means of transport around Agusan Del Norte. But today, they pedal not out of routine, but for glory. Before the race, each boatman intently works on their vessel, as these could spell the difference between victory and defeat. A well-dried boat, for example, can add a second's advantage for a paddler. There are several events in the festival: the triathlon, the slalom, the regatta, the sprint, and most excitingly, a 30-kilometer paddling marathon along the winding flow of the Kalinawan River. At the triathlon, athletes must endure 3 grueling events: a 500-meter swim, a 1-kilometer paddle, followed by a 3-kilometer run around the small village. As the race starts, the small crowd gathered at the baywalk begin to cheer. In a race such as this, locals do have an advantage. At a young age, children are already familiar with the special maneuvering of a dugout canoe. So to them, taking to the water and paddling is second nature, just like riding a bike. This is then followed by the sprint. Both men and women join in to see who comes out with the fastest time. Although it is a race, it is still a celebration, with its festive mood meant for good fun and laughter. At the slalom, speed alone will not do. Without outriggers, a canoe can be difficult to maneuver. It is then the test for a paddler's skill and his knowledge of the vessel that will shine. As to be expected, these races are dominated by homegrown teams. The winds pick up by midday. The excitement of the race begins to kick in as the 2 main events of the festival are finally at hand. The participants line along the Kalinawan, ready for this year's regatta. Canoes are fastened with sails in a spectacle of color, designs that speak of Agusan's local pride, ingenuity, and their determination to win. The wind is low, but gradually strengthens. The regatta isn't just about winds, but also about how to use it to full advantage. As the first boats cross the finish line, the crowd is ecstatic. Next up, gear up for the last leg of the race. In an adventure through nature, one realizes that he duels with no one else but himself. To push on with every stroke when your limbs are giving in seems a lot to ask. Still, each year they return. For 8 years running, the 30-kilometer marathon is the final and most awaited event in the festival. It separates the strong and the strong-willed as it tests each paddler. The river is a dizzying course where the pull of the currents are unpredictable. Flowing from Lake Mainit through the towns of Jabongo, Santiago, then to Buta, out to Buta Bay. By the afternoon, the participants are ready, the cheer of the crowd melting into the calm of the Kalinawan. Each team take up their oars and the race begins. As the boats reach the curves, participants are reminded that this is still a race and the efforts would be for nothing if it does not go hand in hand with good strategy. Many strive to position themselves ahead of the pack. The crowds that have gathered along the riverside are ecstatic. The first teams that reach the finish line is a group of brothers, constantly in a running for a place. The Mondin brothers are no strangers to the event. Hailing from the nearby town of Kitcharao, they now have 2 BAOTO 30-kilometer championships under their belt.
Kami ang nanalo last year. Ngayon, nanalo pa rin.
1, 2, 3, go!
But this is what makes the Kalinawan an unforgettable experience for these young men. Throughout the festival, they celebrate the human spirit that pushes on throughout the generations. The awards may declare a winner, but nature is fair and rewards all that strive. As normal life returns to the residents of Jabongo, all witness a final show. An unforgettable sight in a most unforgettable place. Agusan Del Norte recreates our vision of adventure. Not a brash, overpowering escape. Instead, it is loyal to the philosophies of nature. A flow, a clarity, a surrender to its awe and beauty. After all, we are drawn to these outdoors, not to conquer it, but to become part of it.